Hello and welcome back to New Hope Dairy and Cattle Farm. We just about finished mowing the new pasture, or the new meadow should I say, and we are at about 5:30 in the afternoon, so I think we've got just about enough time to set ourselves up for the next day or month with a new system for handling our silage and grass and hay and such like, just to change things up a bit. Right, we're just going to finish this off. There we go, it's pretty much done. We can fold that, and we can lift that, and we can fold that. Right, and we'll get this back up to the place where it should be, and then I can let you know what we're going to do. So basically we're going to change from a baling system to a foraging system, and that means the first thing that we have to do is we have to put in a silage bunker. So I'm just going to offload these here. I should have washed them first. I will do that a little bit later. So we're just going to offload that. There we go. That's that done. Rightio. So let's just put this away for now. Let's get that refueled soon. Then I'll jump on the quad and I'll take you around to what I'm going to do and show you what I'm going to do. Right, where's the quad? Just around the corner. There we go. That also needs a bit of refuel soon. As I said, somewhere along the way, we've got the refueling gas station or petrol station or diesel station, whatever you want to call it, just at the bottom of the farm there, so it's pointless putting one on the farm. Right. So I eventually, a little while ago, I did say we would find some use for this area at the top here. And hopefully this is going to be it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flatten it off a little bit, because we're going to have to keep access to it. So this could be quite a little operation, but we'll see how it goes. So let's go down to the bottom, and sculpting, we want to level it off, and we're standing in exactly the wrong spot again, and yep, so we want to level that off to sort of this level here. So I think I did level this off for the last lot, but we'll see how it goes. So just level off a little bit down here so that we can smooth it off, make it a little bit more easy on the transition up to the still in the wrong place. Right, let's just get myself out of there now. And the next thing we'll do is we'll try and place the silage bunker. It's going to be under silos, isn't it? Silage silo, bunker silo, and it's this one here. Collides with player. We're looking, does it make any difference? So we'll put that in there. Let's have a look and see how we do. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'm not too worried about the back, as long as this is. So now we need to soften these edges a bit so that we can get in there. We're probably going to lose a bit of this area here. Right, so let's get out of the way. Oops. Right, so let's go there, and we want to soften. Hopefully I've left myself enough space at the front to soften properly. It's always going to be a little bit elevated, but as long as we can get up there reasonably comfortably. That is the object. What I want to do is create too many gaps at the bottom of the silage bunker or the bunker silo. Yeah, I think that should be alright. We'll take the quad up there just now, just to see how bad it is. There we go. Let's go and have a look and see how it's looking. Bit of a bump there, but we're going to expect that on this type of operation, but yeah, I think we should be okay. Right, so let's get that kind of roaded up or gravelled up. So where are we going now? We're going back to the top. Concrete it up, I think. Yeah, I think that's best to concrete this area. We don't really like to use too much concrete. So it would get awfully muddy if we didn't do it this way. And I think if we just gravel around the edges, a little bit unsteady there. Going to need a bit more turning space around this little area here, I think. Right, so that's our bunker silo. Hopefully it's big enough. We're going to see. But of course, the way we've been going these days, maybe not. Here we go. Right, now the next thing that we have to do for this is we have to sell our baler and buy a forage wagon. We'll have to buy a forage wagon and eventually a roller as well. So let's go and get our baler out. and hitch it up, and we'll go and swap it for or trade it in for a forage wagon. Now, I suppose normally speaking you wouldn't change this type of operation. We've got something working fine, but yeah, we've just got to change up things, try different things just to keep the series fresh. There we go. Not quite sure how much we can get for this, but I mean, I think we should actually hopefully make a bit of a profit. I didn't even look to see how much the bunker cost us. How much did the bunker cost us? The bunker cost us, was it 31,000, was it? And where are we? And silos, 30,000. Yeah, so not a bad price. Pretty good price. We've also installed the bunker HUD. I think you might have noticed that when we drove the quad bike in the area there. If you didn't, we'll have a look at it as we go through. Right, so as per normal, let's go and get this serviced and paint it up. Right, it's done us well. It has done us well. There we go. So, what is the selling price? Value 141,000. So, let's repair. Yeah, and let's repaint for 32,000. Sure. Yes. There we go. So we're up to 177,000. We'll sell that. Yep, sold. Okay. Right. We don't have to walk back this time because we've got our tractor here. I think just before we buy our new forage wagon, I'm just going to go fill this up quickly. As soon as we're down here, I suppose we could have done it on the way back. Would have made more sense, really. But I would have been overexcited. Stop refilling. I don't want to stop yet. Looks like it's taking a chunk of fuel. There we go, 651 pounds to fill it up. Oh dear. It's a thirsty beast. Well, it's 400 horses, isn't it? Right. So we need to look for a forage wagon now. So let's go down to grassland forage wagons. Right. So this is another OmaTana mod. This is the one that I want to get. Normal capacity, no silage additive. We do extra large capacity, no silage additive. Normal capacity, extra large with silo capacity. That's what we want, with silage additive. Right, so we will get that bought. 72,000. How much is this going to be able to take? 260. Well, I was hoping there was a somewhere in between. In any case, 130 horsepower. How does it take with the normal capacity? Normal with silage additive, 26,000. Yeah, I'm going to go the big way. Rightio, so let's buy that. Yes. Okay, and then we need to buy some silage additive. We'll buy a pallet of that. Buy, yes. Right, let's get everything hooked up. And we can go and get started. Missed by a mile. Here we go. And refill loading wagon. Hoping it'll be able to take all the silage additive. $60,000. Maybe we better put some more in. So that is only 3%. So we'll put another 18, I think, if we can buy them in 8. So silage additive. I don't know how much we'll use. Eight. 23,000. Might as well do it. And we'll just let it fill, and we'll see you once that's been poured in. Right, we've got all that added in there, and that's just a whole heap of silage additive. In any case, it should give us a bit of an increase in the yield of the silage, and that's particularly important because of course we're going to have to roll it. It's going to take a bit longer to get it produced than just putting it in bales and then just waiting for it, because you're still going to have to wait for it to mature in any event. So let's go and get a couple of loads in, or let's go and, well, maybe just one load in, because this might just clear the whole field. Dear, I don't always like to use these huge extra large capacities, but sometimes, especially if you're doing a series, it's worthwhile just to keep the routine operations going quite quickly, because most of the time you're doing bits and pieces of routine operation, and then the rest of the time you are doing it offline, which is time consuming, and which is what I really enjoy about the whole operation. But sometimes when you're under a bit of time pressure to try and get a few episodes out, it does help, let's put it that way. So what I will do is I'll do kind of something that is reasonable, maybe 50,000 litres or something like that, and we'll go and offload it. And then I'll use the full capacity when I'm not online, so to speak, or when I'm doing the jobs offhand. So we'll do one load at around about 50,000, and that'll just show you the first option basically. Clear this top lot. Let me know in the comments what you think about extra large capacities. Is it, as I say, in a normal gameplay I very seldom use extra large capacities. I do use things like the Colossus Harvester, and I have used them in the extra large capacity on series to see how they work and such like. But I still prefer to do it. I mean, farming is often a slog. It's a fact of life. It is often a slog. And it's often lots of routine. And whilst it's easy to simulate that when you're just playing for yourself, and as I say, I do enjoy playing that way because it feels right. And also that's kind of the way you relax when you're playing the game, is kind of doing the same thing over and over and wanting to get it done. That sense of anticipation and the good feeling that you do get, that it's because it's taking you a while, you feel like you've achieved something. Well, that's just my 2 cents worth on that. But yeah, sometimes when you, as I said, when I'm out here having to do something off camera to kind of get us to a position where I can start filming the next episode, extra large capacities can come in handy. Having said that, I used it after that long speech. I did use an extra large capacity on the bales that we had. It wasn't that much bigger, but it was 9,500 litres per bale. So yeah. Luckily I caught myself out there. Yeah, but drop a line sometime in the comments. Let me know whether you like using extra large or implements with extra large capacity and increased speeds, where you can, there's mods that you can get on PC that, you could be doing, we could be doing this at 30 miles an hour. It's all fun, it's all part of the game, it's all the way, at the end of the day, it's the way you want to play it, where you find your most fun and benefit and satisfaction out of playing the game, having spent your good hard-earned money on it. So we'll collect this row, and then should be just about up at the, and we'll put it in, and we will collect the rest offline, or while you're away, before the next episode, which will obviously be July, morning of July. And we will most probably have to take quite a bit of this field over until tomorrow. We'll see how far we get this evening. Maybe I might be able to finish it. Never know. Never know. What's going to be interesting to see is whether this bunker silo is going to be big enough. Right, let's get this in here. It's still a bit bumpy there. We'll have to spend a bit more time just working that out. I think. I don't know whether it'll necessarily have to be. So there we go. You've got the bunker silo HUD up on the right hand side there. If you've got your control group off, that could be quite handy. Right. So we'll unload here. That unloaded pretty quickly. That's nice. Sort of 50,000 gives us almost the right sort of height. Well, in any case, so that's the big change. So we will be collecting just grass. We'll put a couple of loads of grass from here into the dryer so that we can make that into hay at the same time. And yeah, we'll get the rest of that done offline, and it looks like this bunker will be plenty big enough. Well, you know, you never know. It's only just over 50,000 litres in there, but it certainly would take one of these full. In any case, we'll continue doing this offline, and we'll get back to you once. Well, we'll get back to you in July for the next day. So thank you so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed the change. Let me know what you think about it, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio.